Of living in Denver is outrageous. We're going to break down if that is really actually the case in this video. Let's get right into it. Guys, thanks for joining me on the channel. We are talking about the cost of living in Denver for 2024, what housing prices are looking like, what cost of living overall is looking like, especially if you are relocating here from a different part of the country. So let's break it down. I took a lot of this information from US World News and a couple of other online reputable sources for this data, and they show that Denver is currently ranked 43rd out of 50 states for affordability. What that translates to is we are in the top 10 for least affordable states in the United States. So congratulations, Colorado, you finally done it. You finally made it unaffordable for most of America to live here. But let's break it down and see what that actually means and see what the pros and cons of living in an expensive state are, because there are some pros to living here, including higher wages that a lot of people neglect to mention when they're kind of bashing Colorado as a whole. And there is still opportunity to get into a home and into a great area at a lesser price than you might think. But today we're focused on Denver, top 10, like I said, in the nation as far as most expensive places to live. And a big reason for that is housing. Currently in the Denver metro area, in the city of Denver, median price for a single family home, 3-bed, 2-bath, 2,000 square feet home is going to be $570,000. So what does this break down to on a monthly basis? Well, if you are going to purchase this home and going to put 20% down, now this includes your estimated taxes and insurance, you can be expecting a total payment of $3,330. That's incorporating today's interest rates and the taxes and insurance estimated to go along with that type of house. Now, if you are not going to be able to bring 20% down to the closing table and you're maybe getting into your first home with 10% down, you're going to be looking at a payment of about $37.50 a month. Ka-ching. Ouch. That definitely hurts. Definitely a lot less affordable than it was even 5 or 7 years ago. Now that is for a median single family 3-bedroom 2-bathroom home in the Denver metro area. There are definitely options that are significantly cheaper than that. You can get into a townhome with about the same square footage and same number of bedrooms and bathrooms for around that $450,000 range, or a similar condo for less than that. So you are paying a premium for the name, living in Denver and making and being close to all the amenities that Denver has to offer. Median rental prices in the Denver metro area have also skyrocketed over the last few years. For a 2-bedroom, 2-bathroom condo or apartment, you can be expecting to pay about $2,500 a month. And then if you are looking for a single family home, you will be looking at higher than $3,000 as well. So definitely housing has contributed to a higher cost of living here in Colorado overall. Now this is Denver specific. If you are open to moving outside of the city of Denver, just to the east of there is the city of Aurora, a suburb of Denver, where you can get much more affordable home options. But there are also pockets of the Denver metro area and just to the south and to the west that are going to be comparable, if not slightly higher than the Denver metro area. So definitely something to explore when you are thinking of making a move to Colorado. Now let's break down a few of the other cost of living factors that are included in your total cost of living for Colorado. Utilities on average, now we're talking electric, gas, water, are going to run you anywhere from $330 on the low end to about $450 a month median for a single family home with a family of 4 living in it. Maybe higher, maybe lower, depending on where you are within the state, but you can expect on average between $350 and $400 for your utility bills per month. Now, shopping for groceries, Colorado has not been immune from the nationwide inflation that we have seen. And for a family of 4, you can be expecting to spend up to $1,400 a month on groceries, give or take. Maybe a little more, a little less, depending on how often that you eat out. Now, a couple of other things to remember: transportation. If you have a car, average car payment in America is right around $500 a month. So maybe you have some of it paid off, or maybe you didn't buy a brand new car, you got something that's a couple years old. But median price for a car payment right now, sitting nationwide and the same in Colorado, is about $500 a month. So something else you have to factor into your monthly budget going forward. And one more expense that a lot of people do have nowadays is childcare and daycare for the kiddos. You can be looking to pay in Colorado anywhere from $1,000 to $1,400 a month for childcare. That's per child. I've known a lot of families that have looked into this, and both parents were working, and the cost of childcare was actually just so expensive per month for multiple kids that they decided to go home, stay at home, and raise the kids themselves till they get into that school age. And finally, healthcare and taxes. Colorado has a flat income tax rate of 4.4%. Yes, if you're moving from a state like Texas and Florida, we are jealous of you where there is no income tax, but there's trade-offs everywhere. The government ends up getting its money one way or another. I know some of those states have significantly higher property taxes than here, and vice versa. So Colorado does have a flat rate of 4.4% income tax, and then your health insurance will vary obviously based on your particular situation, but you can expect an average, if it's provided by your employer, of $200 to $250 a month per person being taken out of your check for health insurance. All right, now let's talk about income in the Denver metro area and how that breaks down and relates to the cost of living here. Denver does have a higher net median household income than a lot of the country. Currently, nationwide, that's sitting at about $64,000 annually. Here in the Denver metro area, we're about $82,000 to $84,000 median household income. And really, to be comfortable with the house payments here in Colorado, you will need to be making $85,000 a year plus median household income. Now, definitely helps if you are able to crack that $100,000 mark with the home prices currently what they are combined. Generally, we do see that most families in the Denver metro area that are homeowners are making north of $100,000 a year median household income. Whether that's one spouse working or both parents working outside the home, they are able to bring in more than $100,000 a year, which is pretty necessary when you start breaking down all those costs. If you have a $3,700 a month mortgage payment, taxes and insurance included, that should not be more than about a third of your take-home pay. So if you're taking home, let's say, $10,000 a month, you would be kind of pushing that limit a little bit on the high end. So you might want to look for a little bit cheaper home, maybe get something under the $550,000 range. Now let's add in some of the other expenses. Let's say your mortgage payment is $3,700 a month. You have utilities of about $400 a month. You have car payment of about $500 a month, maybe a little bit more if you have 2 new cars that you're paying for. If you have a child in childcare and you're paying $1,000 a month, that is going to eat into a lot of your income as well. And then just your daily living, groceries, entertainment, some sort of living, and some sort of saving along the way. Most of that paycheck can be getting eaten up pretty quickly. So if you're making below $85,000 a year, you're probably not looking maybe yet in the Denver metro area to purchase your first single family home. Probably be worth looking at something like a condo or a townhome where you can have a little bit more affordability in your payment and build up some wealth in that home as the years progress, and you get not only the payment down of the mortgage, but the appreciation going forward. Now, I am a licensed real estate agent here in the state of Colorado, so when you are thinking of your move, make sure you call, text, or email me to get the best information possible. Now, I will say a lot of people are expecting a crash to come in the real estate market. They were predicting it. They've been predicting it pretty much every year, and especially got heavy in the predictions right around 2020, 2021, when we saw housing prices skyrocket and bidding wars all over the place, and they expected those prices to come crashing down in 2023, especially with the interest rates going from where they were in March of 2022 at 3% up to 8%. But we didn't see a crash in prices. We did see a crash in number of transactions. Normally across the US, we see For the last couple of years, between 5.5 and 6 million homes sold across the nation, and that cratered to right around 4 million for the year of 2023. So while we didn't see a drastic crash in prices, we did see a drastic crash in the number of transactions. And what that means is an already tough market where there was lower inventory got even tougher, and that's really what kept housing prices up. There wasn't a lot of inventory for buyers to come and buy. So a lot of sellers decided if they couldn't get the price that they were looking for, they would stay in the home and wait for rates to get some relief till they could get a little bit more for their home. Now, if interest rates are to drop, we are expecting more appreciation going forward, and we will see home prices increase even more. So if you are on the bubble of maybe not sure, you're in the window where you can afford a home, but you're just not sure if it's the right time. Should I wait? Should I be preparing for a crash where I can come in and scoop up a foreclosure property? It's probably not going to happen unless we have a drastic reduction in employment and we have a lot of people defaulting on their mortgages. And the reason I don't see that happening in the state of Colorado is we have a fairly diverse economy here. The federal government is actually the #1 employer in the whole state of Colorado. So that has traditionally been known as a very stable type of employment. Second to that is the municipalities and governments around, and we are ranked fairly steady in. And Colorado, by and large, has been ranked as a good credit risk when you go across the nation to different states and the credit rankings that they give different governments. So we don't expect to see a big slew of unemployment coming in the near future from those two top employers. And the next, once we get into the other employers around the state of Colorado, we have a lot of people in the healthcare industry, a lot of people in the construction infrastructure and construction business. We have people that come here for the space program. Lockheed Martin is a large employer here in the Denver metro area, as well as a lot of other financial institutions and tech companies that have moved here over the years. So there's a lot of diversity in the economy, and that for that reason in particular, even though one industry may take a significant hit and may lay off a lot of employees, there are a lot of other employers to kind of pick up that slack and ensure we don't fall into a recession here in the Denver metro area. Colorado, I kind of liken it to the S&P 500. You have a lot of different companies and a lot of different diversity when it comes to the employment opportunities here. So when one sector takes a huge hit, the other sectors, if they are doing well, can make up the difference and not have to deal with a recession of the magnitude that we saw in 2008, where a lot of places like Detroit that was reliant on the auto industry took a big hit. All right, guys, I hope you enjoyed that update for cost of living 2024 here in the Denver metro area. Yes, we are more expensive than a lot of areas around the country, but it is a wonderful place to live still. We have the mountains here. Just the natural beauty is kind of unmatched in a lot of different parts of the country. So if you are thinking of your move here out to Denver or any of the surrounding suburbs and you would like to know where you can get a good value for your money, if you're looking for more affordable options, we have those as well. So make sure you hit me up, call, text, or email. I answer those calls days, nights, and weekends. I love helping people out on their move here to the Denver metro area. And if you are thinking of maybe leaving the Denver metro area because of the housing prices and things have just gotten too expensive, please reach out, call, text, or email, and we will make your real estate goals a reality and a success for you going forward.